Greetings, Royal Queens and Kings. We are back for another great show. Listen here, it has been an amazing run. It has been an amazing journey here on YouTube. We are back and we're on this broadcast. We're actually going to be covering Real Housewives of Atlanta. Oh, yes, we are definitely covering Real Housewives of Atlanta. Kandi and Todd return. Ashanti finally pregnant. Taraji P. Henson did not get Keith Lee correct when it comes to the BET Awards. Beyonce Young Thug trial on hold. Listen here, we've got a lot to get into. So let's get into it. All right, and we're back just like that. Hello, everyone. Listen here. We're back to send royalties. You can send them to 1423 Terrace Drive, P.O. Box 14352, Tulsa, Oklahoma 74104. If you would like to support the Queen Tulsa Royal Birthday, my birthday is July the 5th. So to support me, there is my cash apps. Yes. We have Wani One One in the building, flying in. All right. Hey, Queen Tulsa. Hello. How are you? Listen here. This is for adult audiences only. Must be 18 plus to hang at the Butterfly Lounge. Welcome to Queen City, the Butterfly Lounge. Please subscribe, share, and like. Thank you for your support. A little staticky. All right, let's go ahead and go out and come. All right, so we are back. Let's just go ahead and head on to into Queen City, and we'll just discuss there. You all see you in a bit. All right, y'all. Are y'all ready to get into these topics tonight? Because, child, it's a lot going on. Listen here. We got Miss Beyonce, and she's up first, child. Listen here. Miss Beyonce once shared why she refused to make direct eye contact during a live performance. Okay. A performance in front of a live crowd still made Beyonce nervous despite her experience, but she had various ways to prepare for the crowd on stage. Yes. Okay. So Beyonce often needs to be in a specific headspace when she goes on stage to perform. One of her habits during her preparation process was not making direct eye contact. Although Beyonce has performed in front of several large crowds in her career, it can still be nerve wracking. This is one reason why the artist preferred doing shows with her Destiny's Child bandmates to her to on her own. Oh, okay. I love performing with my band. They're all female. They gave me so much energy. It's like a spirit, and they make me feel so much better. Performing songs for the first time is always scary, mainly because I always come out, I always come out of tempo numbers. So I always have more room where something could go wrong. I just get nervous. She once told Movies IE. All right. This is a trigger warning for anybody up in the chat. Okay. So she says to make the process easier on herself, the singer has adopted a few habits to help calm her nerves. One of which is avoiding any eye contact with her audience. Oh, yes, I get so terrified before I go on stage. My secret is no eye contact. I find that if I don't look directly at people and just concentrate completely on the singing and dance moves, then I can get through it. But when I take that initial step onto the stage, the butterflies just go crazy, she said. Beyonce also shared that her typical pre-show ritual usually took usually took several hours to complete. I say a prayer with everyone in the band, then we do a stretch. She confided to Vogue. I sit in my massage chair while they do my hair and makeup, and I have an hour of peace. And I have a playlist that I listen to every day. All right. Okay, so that's enough of Miss Beyonce's business, honey. She said that, she do her thing. She do her thing. Listen here, we got some exclusive sad news. Love and Marriage Huntsville star Kiki Jabbar has passed away. Now listen here, this is reported to us by a website called All About the Tea. She says Kiki Gabor has sadly passed away. Sources claim she most likely passed away from a drug overdose. Someone said, okay, in the comments they said she passed away peacefully. I ain't seen nothing about no rugs. R.P. Kiki, praying for your kids and husband. Someone says, why can't you construct a sentence and spell even at a second grade level? So somebody went in on somebody on those comments. So get into this. So someone says, how do you think her mom, husband, and kids would feel about this post? Even if that was the case, this is so disrespectful. So someone replies, says, all types of disrespectful. This is so trashy. People need to think about what can be said about them. Someone says, Kiki, may your soul rest in peace. The post is so disrespectful to her family. Someone says, could have left drug use out. Respect goes a long way. Someone says, out of respect for her family, you should immediately correct your post. Nobody knows exact cause of her unalivement at this time until examined by coroner toxicology, 6 weeks minimum. Allow family privacy. RIP Kiki, prayers to her husband and family. Someone says no damn respect for the deceased or her family. Prayers for Kiki, husband and kids. That is so disrespectful to post the cause, even if it's true. Show some respect. So sorry for her family and friends. She was very pretty and feisty. I enjoyed her on the show. My condolences to her family. RIP. Beautiful Kiki. Okay, so a lot of people are, saying, hey, the post was, too disrespectful. Well, listen here. Speaking of disrespectful, um, as reported on a website called All About the Tea, Portia Williams attempts reconciliation with her ex Simon Gubadia amid divorce battle. This was produced July the 2nd, 2024. Portia attempts reconciliation with ex Simon Guobadia amid divorce battle. Portia Williams found herself navigating the complexities of her divorce from Simon Guobadia amid a flurry of public scrutiny and social media exchanges. Since the dissolution of their marriage, Simon has been vocal about his stance, adamant about contesting the separation. While Simon remains outspoken, Portia has chosen a more reserved approach, maintaining composure even when addressing her very estranged husband during Bravo's Watch What Happened Live 15th anniversary special. Okay. Alongside former Housewives of Atlanta star Phaedra Parks, Portia appeared stunning in a glittery red dress, playfully dubbing it her Be His Peace outfit. This is a Be His Peace outfit. I named it that. Um, okay. So she says she named it that. Okay, girl, we don't know what just happened, but yeah, let's keep the Gobadias up and pray, lifted up in prayer. All right, so let's get into some more great news. Who are we gonna go to? Oh, okay. So here we are right here. So I know you all may have known about the Keith Lee experience at the BET Awards this year. Keith Lee speaks on the Taraji incident and dropping the rose at the BET Awards. I dropped it on the floor because I wholeheartedly believe that wasn't my rose. That wasn't my moment. It was given to me, but that wasn't mine. All right, let's get into it. Something on my mind. Let's talk about it. First and foremost, I want to start with saying I am not upset at Taraji being upset by any stretch of the imagination. And not only that, in my opinion, she smoked it last night. Okay, for 1 second, Taraji got any ill will or any ill intentions behind the situation. The situation happened the way it did. It is what it is. I made a video last night where I had the rose that was given to me in my hand and I let it fall on the floor. The reason I did this had nothing to do with Taraji being upset. The reason I dropped it on tour is that I wholeheartedly believe that wasn't my rose. That wasn't my rose. That wasn't my moment. It was given to me, but it wasn't mine. And I always say, I don't want nothing in mine. I want what's meant for me, nothing less, nothing more. The entire segment on the production side felt extremely rushed. Not only did it feel rushed, it did not feel intentional. It did not feel purposeful. I'm forever thankful for every room that I'm in. I was more than thankful and more than grateful to just sit there and enjoy the show. Me and my wife, we looked amazing. We felt amazing. We was enjoying the show. I've always spoke about my social anxiety. And for me, just to get out and be in that moment was more than enough for me. So to take me and my wife out of our seats, put us in different seats, give Taraji no direction to who we are or what we do, felt extremely unprepared and unprofessional to me. I'm personally a fan of Taraji. I've been for years and I always will be. I love to see her get the recognition that she deserves in that moment and the platform and the stage that she's always deserved. For this situation to take away from her moment and our moment was unfair to both of us. And another example of this is a picture of my wife has been going around, and it was a small part cut from an entire moment, make it seem like she had an attitude with Taraji. My wife and myself understand the flirting that Taraji was doing was fully improv and fully Joe. It was a hard situation for all of us to be in. We fully understand she made it up on the fly. I was there to just enjoy the show. I was invited. No situation in life in general. I never longed for the spotlight. If I wanted the spotlight, I would have accepted a quarter of the opportunities that's been presented to us. But none of those opportunities were for me or my family. If you understand that, you understand it. If you don't, I'm okay with that. I'm always going to be myself. I've always been myself. Nothing about this journey, about this ride, about where we at or where we going to be, it's going to change me. Never have and never will. Never once was I upset that Taraji didn't know who I was. Everything that's for me will be for me. Everything that's for my family will be for my family. Everything that's for you will be for you. When it's supposed to be, how it's supposed to be, with no confusion. I said that last night and I was still misconstrued. And I stand on it 1,000%. Whatever room I'm supposed to be in, whoever's supposed to know me, whenever they're supposed to know me, it will happen. How it's supposed to happen. Last night, while I appreciate the opportunity, it wasn't my moment. That's okay. I'm cool with that. And for every single person that's been on this journey with me and that's still on this journey with me, I'm forever grateful. I appreciate y'all. I can't say that enough. God bless you. Have an amazing day. I'll be safe. We all human. It is what it is. I just wish they would have set both of us up for most success in that situation. That's it. God bless you. All right, so that's what Keith Lee said. He said he apologized. Oh, and let me get up into these comments because I did kind of skip through that. Wani11 says RP Kiki. Oh my God, it is summertime. I pray for her. I pray her children didn't find her. Listen here. It's a lot going on. We just gotta stay prayed up and out of the way. Okay. Now listen, speaking of out of the way, YSL Woody, he was in the trial with Young Thug. Well, Young Thug, his trial is on hold because of the judge, because of the judge. And so that's a whole nother situation in itself. And let's get into this right quick.
The last thing I wanted to put on record. Upon further review, this court will in fact enter an order sending Mr. Adams and Steele, Mr. Weinstein, and Mr. Banks' motion to recuse to another judge pursuant to Uniform Superior Court Rules 25.1 through 25.7 in the method and manner prescribed by our local rules. So this written order is entered. I will enter the order transferring it. And until such time as that those two things are decided, then we'll be in recess until that time. And we will just inform our jurors that they're continuing until this is, they're not supposed to come back on Monday until Monday anyway. So I will have Deputy Ingram and Mr. Mana indicate to them that they
All right. So it says Young Thug lawyer Brian Steele files a motion to have Judge Glanville removed from the YSL RICO case. Okay. It says Young Thug's attorney was granted bond and will not have to report to jail this weekend. Young Thug's lawyer held in contempt and taken into custody after refusing to tell judge how he heard about a secret meeting with prosecutors and key witness. So with all that evidence, this gives him, he decided to now they're in the process of the judge recusing itself from the case. So there will be another judge if everything goes in Young Thug's favor, right? So it's heartbreaking to just see our people and these youngins just make these horrible decisions, and now they're in the situations that they're in. That's why it's so important for us to help out the younger ones, the ones that are coming up. We see them in our community. Um, you know, try to teach them something. The only thing you can do is teach. Save a life. Sounds very messy. Yes, sounds very messy. It was too much going on. But get into this. Shout out to our friends over at the Neighborhood Talk. They reported, say, what? 28-year-old South Florida woman sentenced to over 800 years behind bars for horrific SA against her family dog and two sons who are 1 and 3 years old. Neighbors, this is sick. A South Florida woman convicted of 84 counts of SA related to her two young sons and a family dog was sentenced to 21 life terms, court records show. According to a news outlet, 28-year-old Natalie Jesslyn of Port St. Lucie was sentenced on June 19th after a length to two-day trial. According to St. Lucie County online court records, in addition to her life sentences, Wagner was ordered to remain behind bars for an additional 800 years. According to an arrest affidavit, Wagner was initially arrested on August 11, 2022, on one count of possessing child P. The arrest was made on a cyber tip from the National Security Oh, the national tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Wagner allegedly shared videos on Snapchat of a subsequent male child engaging in S acts with an adult female. Wagner was charged with 139 felony offenses within weeks of police reviewing 18 explicit recordings on her Snapchat account. According to Treasure Coast newspapers, prosecutors said that the videos included Wagner's son and the house dog. I mean, a mother doing this to her infant 1 year old son and her toddler 3, it doesn't get any egregious or evil, Reed told reporters after the trial ended. I recommended the maximum sentence, and that's what Maram gave her. Listen here. I don't know what's going on with these people, but it's y'all, it's not even safe. It's not safe out here. It is not safe out here. You don't know who's doing what. Is it's a lot. So there is one more story that I wanted to cover before we take out of here, and that's going to be let's see. Okay, so this is a heavy topic right here. So Nicki Minaj had posted, shout out to our friends over at the Neighborhood Talk. Hold on, let's see. Uh-oh. Burn her under the jail, allegedly. Yes, baby, they did. They did. They gave her 800 plus years. So someone who hasn't reached puberty, yeah, she did not give a darn. There are all kinds of sick people, young, old, men, women. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So Nicki Minaj says, "What? Where you at, Mama? What? What's wrong with you? What's wrong? What? What?" My baby just started screaming out of nowhere. Um, so Nicki Minaj posted on a social media site. She says, "Deb, isn't it funny how you left out the biggest part of the story? Hashtag Gag City. Second leg tour in the U.S. begins September. Next stop, Gag City, Milan, Italy. Previous stop, Gag City, Morocco. Almost 200K. Beautiful people came out. I didn't ask you to do a thing. You told me after the fact, and I screamed on you and told you if you reach out to people now that you're being seen around me, they will think it's coming from me. So to never do that again without discussing it with me first. I said I'd never want that. And that now she'd think that message came from me, which is not cool. So then she hashtag Pink Friday nails, Pink Friday 2 fragrance, Lucy, oh, her sneakers. She says highest grossing tour by a female rapper in history, currently top 10 in history, competing for top 3 in US. And oh, she says competing for top 3 in history when the tour is done. Oh, Barb's, I love you so. So this is the interview that she's referring to. Okay, so this is the interview that Miss Nicki Minaj's is speaking of. She says, so yeah, so you laughed it off and said her and Foxy should come out. I said, no, I'd only want Foxy to come out on stage with me. She's like family to me. No disrespect. God bless everyone and our children. Let us all do our thing and thank God for life. Stop using my name for clickbait in 2024. We get it. I'm that B. She says, how dare you? Interviews, child, woo. This world, man, this world, love yourself deeply. So here is the interview that she is speaking of. Okay, so here's the interview that she's speaking of. Are you still able to hear me? Let me know if you're able to hear me. Press a 1 if you're able to hear me. If we're sound check, press 1 if you're able to hear me. Okay.
Would you ever be willing to try to get her to sit down with possibly Cardi B and Lil Kim to try to amend their differences? would love to see them all come together. I think that we all would love to see that, but people would have to be willing to do that. And to be perfectly honest with you, she's gonna kill me for even saying this, but I did reach out to Kim. Okay. Okay. And it's just so I think that one thing about me, other female artists, would you ever be willing to try to get her to sit down with possibly Cardi B and Lil Kim to try to mend their differences?
So that was a question that was asked to her, and she said that she did. Now, according to Nicki Minaj's post, she's saying that, she didn't know anything about it. And she said that she didn't want that to happen because now people will see that Miss Deb is around her, and then they'll start asking, okay, well, would you start, the Lil Kim um, and the Cardi B conversation would come up eventually. And she was right. So there are congratulations for what's Miss Ashanti. You know, she's finally pregnant. She's doing her thing. She's looking good. But I'm not really sure. I'm not going to say too much on her because she is still with child as far as we know. She hadn't delivered yet. But Mrs. Ashanti, she's pregnant with Nelly's baby, and her daddy had a few words to say.
Married, I believe that for me, it's very special for a man in this era. So I was very impressed with the fact that was it okay? I just want to say I want to bless you guys and loving you and it's a family as well. People are great and I'm glad that things worked out for you in God's way. It always happens best. So I know it's another thing. So I just pray that everything stays fun and stay the same. And you guys will love each other. Not too many kids now. So you talking about 8 damn kids.
Okay, so anywho, they're all celebrating that Nelly recalls the infamous night he stepped to Ashanti on stage. Okay, so that's what that was about. And then his dad, so Ashanti's dad reflects on the moment Nelly asked for her hand in marriage. So I don't know. Are they going to be wedding bells? First come love, then come marriage, then the baby carriage. I don't know. It's not in the right form or the tradition of whatever that song says. But anywho, you all let me know your thoughts in the chat and let me know if you want me to cover more of these topics. I will be on Next Case with Queen Tulsa. I will be on Next Case with Queen Tulsa, and I will be reviewing body cam footage and also will be, the cases that are here on YouTube. But I want to thank you for coming by and showing us some love. And yeah, supposedly they're already married. Oh, how is that the tea? Is that the tea? Well, let's see here. I'm glad she found love. And hey, at the end of the day, girls need love too. I love y'all. See you soon. She needs love, sometimes need love. Girls can't ever say they want it.
can't never say how. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say nah, nah. Girls can't never say they want it. Girls can't never say how. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say nah. Oh nah. Give it to me like you need it, baby. Want you to hear me screaming, have it breathing. I don't need a reason, baby. I want it till you can't buy. I can get it to you right, baby. I wanna be healing. I can be real good. Please don't get these feelings. Hey, I need some love.